Hello, my Vibe Tribe. Happy Tuesday. Welcome to, or welcome back to, the Daily Vibe. Oops. I figured for Tuesday Thoughts, we would go with the Crush Your Goals deck. So, let's see what we got for today. I hope everyone's having a lovely Tuesday. I'd like to thank my dad for my Christmas present / birthday present. And which is my new phone, which I think actually solved the problem. So sorry for blaming you, Facebook, but you know, if you're not exactly the stand-up social media that we all like to think you are. No offense. That's terrible. I should not have said that. So anyways, yeah, so I guess it was my phone that was causing the problems. I'm gonna see about, good morning, Debbie. Let's see, what do we have today for crushing your goals? See what wisdom we get today. Oh, that's so funny. It was the, I have failed many times, many times, but more importantly, I've learned from setbacks proudly, own up to my mistakes, grown from disappointments, and now I am a Glabazon bitch ready for the runway. I actually think that one's for me. I've been working on a lot emotionally this morning. You know how you just kind of heal things? So, I also have to say, this new phone is amazing. I'm not wearing hardly any makeup, but my phone makes me look like I am. So thank you, makeup artist phone, for being amazing. But good morning, baby sibling. How are you doing today, beautiful? That's how we greet each other in the mornings. So, all right, crush your goals. I gotta hurry because baby sibling has something to do today at 10 o'clock. And she's an hour ahead. So let's see here. I'm not goal-oriented so much as I'm constantly aware of what I'm passionate about, and I'm constantly updating the list. Greta Gerwig. If I remember correctly, she's the one that directed the most updated version of Little Women. So actually, you know what? I'm going to go back to the, believe it or not, the Crush Your Goals we had last week, which is this one from Adam Rippon. You know, I don't even, if I'm saying his name wrong, I am so sorry. But they actually kind of go together, okay? So his was last week. I have failed many times in my life, but more importantly, I learned from every setback, proudly own up to my mistakes, grown from disappointments, and now I'm a Glamazon bitch ready for the runway. And hers what is, I'm not goal-oriented so much as I'm constantly aware of what I'm passionate about, and I'm constantly updating the list. In a way, these two cards go together. It's basically, you know, the goal, you know, what you're passionate about. Sometimes you have the setbacks. Sometimes you have the mistakes and the disappointments that you have to learn from. You know, I've been doing a lot of learning in just the last day. And, you know, it's not always easy. Sometimes you have to ask yourself, you know, am I here to really heal, or did I come here, you know, to live a life for another reason, you know, or was I just bored, depending on what you believe. But sorry, my hair, I think I overstraightened it today. You know, and even baby siblings, you know, she's saying that she's been struggling trying to find her passion, and you know, I have too. Debbie says it perfectly as well, that, you know, setbacks are learning experiences. Setbacks, mistakes, disappointments, they're all about what you're passionate about. But the goal is to not quit. Okay? I mean, if you're passionate about something and you lose the passion for it, see if you can find it again. You know, sometimes we lose the passion for something because it's not something we really want to do, and other times it's just because, you know, you just feel so overwhelmed by life. You just feel like you're going in 9 different directions, but you're one person. You know, I mean, it's like looking at your life and seeing you with like 90 heads. And, you know, that's not always easy. But when you're passionate about something, you will find your way back to it. When you're, I'm sorry, guys, my hot mess today. But, you know, when you are passionate about something, you will find your way back to it. You will, you know, I've been struggling with my writing. And, you know, I have been reading all these different stories I've written. And all of a sudden, I was just laying in bed one night and I was trying to fall asleep and I couldn't fall asleep. And I'm sitting there hugging my pillow. And all of a sudden it dawned on me, what if I just put them all together? You know, I mean, I was trying to write 3 separate stories that would all come together somehow. You know how you kind of interchange characters in different books, not necessarily the same series of books, but I mean, they're people that know each other, and just kind of almost like Easter eggs, right? In movies where you just throw stuff in. But then I thought, oh my gosh, this might be the perfect thing to start with, to put them all together. You know, and I mean, this is a storyline that, God, I'm ashamed to say, literally. I mean, normally you shouldn't be ashamed to say things because every day is a work in progress, right? But this is a storyline that I literally am ashamed to say that I've been working on for over 2 decades. Okay. You know, I've talked about how I've been writing since I was a kid, but no, these are over, 2 decades. And it's a storyline that has literally progressed in my mind. It's gone from one thing to the next thing to where it is now. But it's just been so difficult for me to really kind of put everything on paper. And I think part of that is not just because, not because I'm not passionate about writing. I love writing. But I think there's a certain confidence, when you make a mistake, when you have a setback, when you have a disappointment, you start questioning, is this really the path I'm supposed to be on? Or you start questioning, am I really good at this? Or, what makes me so much different than the next person that thinks that they can do this, And so you have to remember that, it's not so much about your goals, but really about what you are passionate about. I mean, it's good to have goals, but it's good to have things that you're also passionate about. I mean, there are goals we have in life that we may not be that passionate about, but they're things that we've done. They're like, think of them as like bucket list items, right? I mean, they're things you really want to do in life. Well, think of your goals as the same way, but instead of viewing your goals, if you don't achieve them, as, a failure, just view them as, a setback. Or if, something didn't turn out the way you thought it might, or people don't view you the way that you want them to see you, don't be disappointed. You didn't make any mistakes. You're just you. Just be you. Find what you're passionate about. If you need to add things to your list, then do it. You can be passionate about goals. Okay, you can be very passionate about goals. What I think, is trying to say here is that, sometimes we set goals for ourselves, and when we don't achieve them because of mistakes, disappointments, or failures, we quit. We quit before the goal. So it's finding that passion. What brought you to this place that you wanted, what brought you to this original passion that you had? What brought you there to make you want to pursue this, to make you want to turn it into something that is not just a goal, but something that is, a part of your life, a part of your path and your journey. That's where the passion comes from. The passion comes from, the passion comes from reminding yourself of the why. Why do I feel this way? Why do I want, to pursue this path? And maybe if you get back to the foundation of your why, you might be able to refine that passion. And I say if and maybe, because everybody's different. Like I said, what originally brought you to this thing that you're passionate about, it may not be your passion anymore. But it may also be. And again, like I said, everybody's different. But, don't push yourself through a goal if it really is not your passion. Because that just, you're forcing yourself into a path that's just going to bring you right back to the beginning. So again, when it says I'm not goal oriented so much as I'm constantly aware of what I'm passionate about, and I'm constantly updating my list or updating the list, make your list. And maybe that's where you can refine your passion again. Go back to the beginning, make that list of the whys, the pros and cons of what it is that that brought you to this place that you're at. If you have setbacks, if you have failures, if you have disappointments, if this is your passion, don't let it stop you. Okay. That is so important, to not quit. In fact, it's on my phone, so I can't see it right now, but Baby Sibling on her list yesterday had the best quote about not quitting, And a lot of times we hear that too, don't quit right before the finish line. Sometimes you can't see the finish line because there's this huge fog in front of you that that just kind of, it's like a veil. And, you know, if you keep pushing through that fog and you keep, you know, going, okay, just, you know, take it slow. Take it slow. I mean, you don't want to trip over a rock and fall on your face, right? But if you do, get back up, dust yourself off, and keep moving forward towards that finish line. You know, a lot of times in life, we hold ourselves back, or, you know, maybe we feel like something is holding us back and keeping us because we're right there. You know, we're right there. And fear is such a terrible enemy to have. You know, I mean, you know, oh, there it is. It's a slow process, but quitting won't speed it up. So there you go. Thank you, baby sibling. It's a slow process, but quitting won't speed it up. So, you know, don't reach the finish line and stop. Keep going, no matter how much it hurts, no matter, you know, just really quick, I was cheering on some friends a couple years ago at a half marathon, and we were near the finish line. Sibling and I were near the finish line waiting for them, you know, to cross. And, you know, you're cheering people on, and then, you know, it's near the finish line that you really start to see humanity, you know, right in front of you. And they had, you know, of course they have their MC, the guy that's just calling out everybody as they come by. And you have, I think it was a radio host. I'm sorry, I can't remember who it was. But, and, you know, you have these runners that really, really want to, you know, they want to make their time. They want to get their time down and see how fast, you know, see if they've beaten it, see if they haven't. There was a guy that was at a steady pace. And right in front of him, probably about maybe 30, 40, 50 feet in front of him, was a woman who you could see coming in, was really, really struggling to make it to the finish line. And she was trying so hard. She was trying, you could tell she was cramping. You could tell she was in so much pain. And about 10 feet from the finish line, she fell. And she just, you know, she tried to crawl a little bit. You know, she kind of turned over like she was going to crawl a little bit. And, you know, she was still determined to make it. And the radio host saw this. He comes down. And then this runner slows up his pace. And both of them helped her over the finish line. You know, I know this is stuff that, you know, I've only seen that in videos that people put on Facebook that just make you want to cry, you know, or put on Twitter or any kind of social media that make you want to cry because you don't, you know, you see this humanity in people that it's no longer about the time or calling names as people are crossing the finish line. It's about helping this person that has literally run 13 miles, you know, minus that 10 feet, or 13.1 miles minus that 10 feet that is struggling. And she finished that day because, you know, she finished that day and those 13 miles because people came together to help her. Sometimes you have to let people help you. And, you know, even sibling right now, she brought up when my bestie, for my bro from another Mo, and I did a 5K with the same guys that did the half marathon. And, you know, I give it to Troy. Shout out to Troy. He did 3 miles. 3 miles. 5K is 3 miles. He did 3 miles in cowboy boots. I shit you not. He did. It was a Disney 5K, and he dressed up as Woody from Toy Story. And there was a lot of people along that path saying, you know, I admire your commitment to that costume. And he did, you know, and when we passed the finish line, it's like, you know, I'm sitting there, I'm trying to point to him like, hi, boots, you know, and it, you know, I did the 5K for my mom, but it was so important because, you know, we crossed the line together and, you know, he could have gone ahead of me. You know, I know he was hurting, but, you know, he could have gone ahead of me, but, you know, we just stayed, we walked it together and, you know, we crossed that finish line together. And, you know, at the end were my friends sitting there waiting for us, cheering us on. And sibling was there too, you know, cheering us on. And, you know, that's what it's about. It's about that human spirit. That's what drives our passion. You know, it's those setbacks, those failures, those disappointments. That woman that fell in front of that finish line probably felt every single one of those things. Like, how did this happen? because she was struggling. I mean, literally, she walked probably good 40 feet just trying so hard. She was grabbing the rails and everything. And there was even another guy actually who jumped over the rails to help her, but the other two guys had already picked her up, but he followed behind them to make sure that she crossed that line. So, you know, when it comes to our passions and our goals and our setbacks and our, you know, our failures and disappointments, let's remind ourselves that in the background are all these people who are fighting for you, who are cheering you on, who are telling you, you know what, don't let any of those things hold you back. Don't let them hold you back from accomplishing your goals, from finding your passion again. No one can find your passion for you. You do have to find it yourself. But, you know, lean on the people, talk to the people, you know, if a stranger opens up to you, listen to them, because you may be the only person who does. And it's not always easy, because, you know, there's a lot of times when you're sitting there and someone just starts dropping their life story on you. But you know what? You never know what you're going to learn, you know? And I know it's a fictional example, but think about Forrest Gump when he's sitting on that bench with those two people. One guy didn't believe him, but when he proved to the other lady who he was, it was like, oh my God, we've been sitting next to this guy all this time. But at first they just thought he was this slow guy who was just talking out of his ear. And turns out he had a very interesting story. So, you know, you never know who you're going to cross in life. You're never going to know what path is going to cross yours. And your passions, your goals, your setbacks, disappointments, and your mistakes, they can lead to so many beautiful things. So don't stop. Don't quit. Just like Baby Sibling said, it's a slow process, but quitting, sorry, I'm reading it, but quitting won't speed it up. Keep going forward. How many times do I say this? Ho'omau. In Hawaiian, keep going forward. See? It is right there. Ho'omau. Keep moving forward. And as Debbie said, yeah, don't isolate. You know, isolating, that's a whole different subject I could go on. In fact, you know what? Maybe, thank you, Debbie. I think you just gave me Self-Care Wednesday's topic. Tomorrow, Self-Care Wednesday, don't isolate. We'll talk more about that because, yeah, I'm the queen of isolation. So, just call me Elsa, Snow Queen. But, you know, except I don't have magical powers to build myself a fabulous palace with a fantastic dress. But, yeah, we'll talk about that tomorrow. So, go out there, make your goals, find your passions, follow your passions, reignite your passions. Find what you love and do it. Don't worry about the failures, the setbacks, and the disappointments. You know, grow from them like Adam Rippon did and become a glamazon bitch ready for the runway, okay? So, you know, just keep adding to your list of goals that you're passionate about and just keep striving towards them, you know? So have a wonderful, wonderful Tuesday. Thank you for joining me for Tuesday Thoughts on the Daily Vibe. I hope everyone has a great day. And remember, tomorrow's hump day. I may not do it tomorrow, so I got it in today. But anyways, and also, don't forget, I'm here. This post is always public, Monday through Friday, 8:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Normally, I'm always within that range of time. If it will be late, I will say something. I do post them to YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram. A lot of times Instagram is just the preview because they go a little over 15 minutes. But, you know, if you're on Instagram, you can click and subscribe and click that button so you don't miss one of these. I go Monday through Friday, regardless of whether there's a holiday or not. Okay, because, you know, it's a daily vibe. Sometimes we just need that kick to our day, no matter what day it is. So, again, yes, Debbie, I hope you have a blessed day as well. Debbie says she'll be Anna. Okay, let's go build a snowman, girl. I mean, we both live in these states where pretty much it doesn't snow except for here in the mountains, but let's go find it. We'll meet in the middle and build a snowman. So, we'll build our own little Olaf. So have a great day, and I will talk to everyone tomorrow for Self-Care Wednesday, in which we are going to discuss do not isolate. Have a great day.